Guys, so we're back again for our live tarot study. I'm on a couple minutes early, so hopefully everyone can find us. And of course, I'm hotter than hell already. I opened up my window, so hopefully some of that air will come in. I've started my incense. Hopefully we get a few on tonight. If not, that's okay too. So we get a lot of people that watch afterwards. Hopefully everyone is having a great weekend. I know I am. I actually really needed the relaxation for a little bit, so that was good. I have a lot to do this weekend. I have a bunch of videos that I wanted to do that I didn't get done today, so I'm hoping tomorrow to kick my ass into gear and really get them done. But we are here on Saturday nights for our tarot study. We're going to be doing the Eight of Wands tonight, so we are really moving along. I have already started, just so you know, because I feel really weak at the Page, Knight, Queen, and King, the courts of a suit. I've already started kind of looking into that and trying to figure out, I may try to have someone help us out with that too, because we'll see. We'll see how the study goes. I feel very weak with the courts right now, so I've started. Maybe by the time we get there, I'll feel better. But if not, I invite people to come on. But tonight is the 8, which I feel like is another one of the wands that's really easy. Once I'm looking into the meanings and looking at the cards, it's funny how I suddenly am like, well, duh, of course it means that. But, before I did the study, I could pull that wand and be like, no idea. So hopefully this is helping everyone else as much as it's helping me. The other thing that I wanted to mention is that, of course, I don't know what it is about, if it's Saturday nights or just our internet in general, it totally stinks. I've taken us off the Wi-Fi, so I hope that my phone's internet is a little bit better than my Wi-Fi or whatever. But if it cuts out, I will bring it right back up, so just hang in there with me. And hopefully we'll get through it tonight. It'd be great if we didn't have to stop 8 times because it decided to stop on us, right? So this is, once again, when I study, I start with the Rider-Waite. And then I kind of pull in other cards that I feel, really have the meaning intact. So this is the Rider-Waite for the Eight of Wands. And to start out with, you notice one of the big differences with this card is that it doesn't have any people in it. It's one of only 2 cards in the Minors that has no people. And so that was on purpose. That was very much on purpose. A.E. Waite, our third, did that on purpose. And we'll talk about that. So to start out with, the astrological association is Mercury in Sagittarius. And again, I feel like I'm learning a lot. And part of what I'm learning is the astrology associations. If I can connect the tarot and the astrology associations, all of a sudden I'm understanding the astrology associations better too. Because then I bring it back to our wand study and I'm like, oh yeah, that meant that on purpose. Because, and it kind of correlates, so that's good. So key meanings are news and travel. So when you look at this card, there's no people on it. It looks like these wands are being flung across the card here. So travel, movement, and we have to keep in mind news. And one of the books, I believe it was this one, the one I start with, is The Ultimate Guide to the Tarot. This guide, guys, for the Rider-Waite in particular, is really good. It describes the cards. It shows a picture of each card. Let me see, I have my little feather bookmark from Jennifer Ball in there. But so it describes the card in detail of the Rider-Waite deck. It starts right out with the element, with the astrological associations. It also goes to the Tree of Life, which I have not touched on very much because the Kabbalah stuff is a little bit outside my realm right now. So I'm not pulling that into it because I feel like the astrological and just learning the meanings is enough for now. But it's very good to really pull in every symbology that Arthur wanted to put into these cards. So 5 minutes. It really only went 5 minutes. I'm going to kill this thing. I apologize for the fact that the internet sucks. I keep trying to remind myself that it's good that we can stay together anyways, but it's very annoying. Okay, so the way that that book describes the news part of it is, it says, think of them as carrier pigeons, the wands, and so the pigeon is on the other side of the wand, and you just can't see it. Which at first I was like, okay, that's really weird because they don't look like carrier pigeons or anything. But because it's such an odd image, I think, I have no problem with picturing in my head pigeons sitting on each of these wands. And so, of course, they have news on the end of their little feet. So that was kind of an easy way. I thought, okay, good. There we go. So, understanding the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands has 8 wands on there, obviously. Each wand has 3 green buds, which we learned before. The 3 green buds represent ideas and motivations to move. And because the suit of wands is that fiery action suit, then you're going to think of the buds as the kick in the pants. So every one has 3. And so that's a whole lot of kick in the pants to get moving. So they are flying through the air with a gray and blue sky. So it's a pretty day. It's nice. So it's a good card. It's, again, one of the only 2 minors without people. The other one is the 3 of Swords. So that was intentional. Arthur did that because he wanted the sole focus to be on the flight of the wands, which gives the card the primary meaning of motion, movement, action, getting into gear, coming at you. So it's a simple card. All we see is these wands and a little bit of a nice day in the background, so we know, yes, it's a good day. And they're flying across that card. So we should immediately look at this and think movement. There's stuff going on here. There's lots, and it's not a little bit of movement. There are 8 whole wands on this damn card. So if you think of, if you're on the other side of this, there's a lot of movement coming at you. And if that's news, that's a lot of news. That's all kinds of stuff coming in at the same time. So whatever project the seeker is in the middle of, or, has gotten going, they can expect a lot of stuff at the same time to be going on. So they need to be prepared to prioritize that stuff. Because there could be phone calls coming in about their business. There could be all kinds of orders coming in. They have to realize that that's going to be coming in fast, that this is a time of movement, of a lot of action, and be ready for that action. Be ready to prioritize that and to get it moving to, the directions that they need to be in. Okay, so they may be carrying message like carrier pigeons. So remember I said the carrier pigeons sitting on the other side here. That's the news part. And if it's news that's coming, it's good news. They could be spears or love's arrows about to land. So if the seeker is asking about love, romance, that kind of stuff, there's a lot of stuff coming in. Either they're going to hear from a person that's a potential love, or if they already have their love, they may have been separated for a while, in which case they're going to travel to see each other. Something about that movement. So make sure whatever you're saying to them, you're pulling in the movement of the card. And glasses back on, glasses back off. I'm going to need bifocals soon. This is ridiculous. Okay. However we view these magical wands, all events are about to speed up. So it's coming. Like I said, if you picture yourself on the other side of this, there's all these wands coming at you. So be ready for lots of action, lots of movement, lots of stuff going on. The wands motifs take up most of the space. It dominates everything below it. And it really does. That's Arthur wanted this card like this. He wanted just the movement of the cards to really be front and center. He didn't want a lot of people on it. He didn't want a lot of distraction. He wanted everyone to understand this card meant, whew, it's coming at you. There's lots of stuff going on all at the same time. Okay, so back to the astrological associations. It was Sagittarius in Mercury, or Mercury in Sagittarius. How did I say that? It is, Mercury in Sagittarius. Okay, so Sagittarius is a sign of exploration. Combine it with Mercury, which is the winged messenger, gives you that meaning of dynamic movement and travel. So that really makes sense. If you know the astrological meanings of the signs already, Sagittarius, exploration, a go-getter, someone who skydives all the time, who's really on the edge of life, who wants to get out there and get stuff done. Mercury being the winged messenger could mean news coming, or it could be you're being, having wings on your feet. It's time to go. The number 8. So getting into numerological, number 8 means stability, renewal. That renewal, the 8s and the minors hold all of our experiences up to that point. So all of the 8s in all the suits, you have the knowledge of all your experiences to move forward from here. We have past knowledge to draw upon, which gives us wisdom and enables new choices. So you have everything that's happened before to make your decisions on where you're going from here. And now, the 8 of Wands is saying, move it. Let's go. And I find the one thing I have to say that I'm curious to see how this will go. I have been doing some readings that have gotten some of these wands. And I have to say that some of it, to me, I thought, well, this could get confusing because the wands are all about movement and action. And I feel like sometimes I'm saying the same things over and over. So the key will be, okay, there's movement, there's action, there's, get up off your ass kind of fire energy coming. What does the card say it wants you to do with that? And so I think that's really going to be the crux of what this card means. But it's been helpful for me in readings. I hope it's been helpful for all of you to see that action, that wand fire energy coming, and know that to start off with, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about energy, emotion, and fire, passion. And so that's something to start out with as you turn that wand over and you go, oh, okay, there's stuff going on here, which really helps. Okay. Where am I? Makes new choices to make new contacts and find a fresh direction. So yay! Along with the 8s, the Ace of Wands, the 8 of Wands is one of the most positive cards in the suit. So that's important to remember. If you're looking at the differences, like I said, sometimes it's hard for me. I'm pulling the 8, saying, okay, we're talking about passion and energy and movement, and it's all talking about that. How do I differentiate? So the Ace is, I would say, to me anyways, the Ace, because the Ace is always the epitome, the absolute epitome of the entire suit. So to me, the Ace is the most positive. It's the kick in the pants, the universe saying, woohoo, hey, this is the time to do that. The 8 is moving your ass along. So either you're traveling, or something's moving at you, or there's good news coming in, or you can expect a whole bunch of business orders to pile in, and you better be ready to prioritize them. So I would say it's the second most positive card in the entire suit. Brings lots of communication. So again, the Ace is passion, movement, communication. Lots of stuff coming at us. And sorry, I hope I don't go dead again. We're at 15 minutes. It's starting to slow down on me, so I'll be right back if it does. Don't forget. So you might get tons of calls, tons of emails. Hi, Bella. Glad you could join us. It's okay. I was early. I apologize. I actually came on a little early. So be prepared to prioritize. You can expect all kinds of shit flying at you. Be prepared to be able to figure that out, to be able to sort it out and say, okay, what's going on with all this? How are we doing? If it's orders and other stuff coming in, okay, we're going to prioritize these orders and then kind of figure out how to deal with all the rest of the communication coming in. If it's a love reading, so we talked about a little bit, if it's a love reading, you expect great news. If you're separated from your loved one, you'll be traveling to see them soon. If you've been waiting to hear from a potential love, it's coming. Keep your ears open. It's on the way. The communication should be pouring in shortly, so pay attention because that potential love is going to be communicating with you. It could show, if it's a professional reading, it could show the professions of carpentry or building a framework, that kind of thing. Apparently that shows up a lot. So if we're looking at this again, don't forget these wands are coming at us. They're moving, flying right across that card. We just caught them in that second of slow motion on our camera. I hope I didn't just spit at the thing, sorry. We just caught them in that slow motion shot though. If we had taken the shot a second later, we would have missed all the wands, would have been out of this card, it would have been a blue card. Because that motion is quick. Whew, and there's a lot of it. And it's coming right out. So it conveys swiftness. This is not a motion of Granny and her walker. There's a lot of them coming, but they're coming nice and slow. This is, what was that movie with Brad Pitt, the zombie movie, the Z-Wall or something like that. But this is fast zombies. This is all kinds of people coming at you. Lots of communication, swift, fast motion. So we barely caught it on the card. We're taking that picture, shoo, one more second and it would have been all gone. You can think of it, imagine these wands as arrows being flung towards a bullseye by an expert archer. So Robin Hood's on the other end. He's pulled back all 8 of these wands and boom, let them fly. Or you can think of them as currents of electricity pulsating towards their passion. So they're whipping right out. That it's what you should always think of as soon as you flip this card is good, passion, energy, emotion, movement, fast movement. Lots of stuff coming at you. And it's good stuff. It's not like it's bad stuff. And you shouldn't be overwhelmed by it. Ooh, that's my son's phone. You shouldn't be overwhelmed by it because you have all the experience of all the stuff that you've had in the past to help you make the decision, to help you through this fast time. Fast times at Ridgemont High. Okay. So Benebell, one of the things Benebell said is to compare cards. So once in a while, I like when she compares cards so you can say, okay, what is this card? This card is a lot like this other card in the tarot, and what are the differences? So she compares the 8 of Wands with the pages of all the suits. All the pages of Cups, Wands, Pentacles, and Cups, Wands, Pentacles. What am I forgetting? I feel like I'm having a stroke. Are you kidding me? Swords. Whoo! Stroke time. She compares them because anytime, apparently, when you, so this is good. Here I am. I'm saying I'm not great at the court cards. So courts, the pages can take on the figurative meaning of receipt of news. So if you pull an upright page, that's good news. If you pull a page in reverse, that's bad news. And the difference is, though, that the pages the news that they're about to hear relates to that suit. So the Page of Wands relates to project, work, career. The Page of Cups relates to good emotional news, something good coming. The Page of Pentacles would be about financial gain, wealth, material assets, that kind of thing. What are all these big books? So these are all the books that I study from. When I study all week, these are all the ones that I study from. I mainly do these 4 books here. The Modern Tarot by Michelle T. I keep saying this one I really love because she is like talking to your girlfriend. I'm loving these books. Holistic Tarot by Benebell Wen. She's great. And there's so much information in here. But I'm really liking that. The Ultimate Guide to Tarot. That is really good for the beginners. For when you're first starting out, because it takes that Rider-Waite card and breaks it right down and says this is the symbology of everything in that card. It gives you the astrological associations. It gives you the upright meaning and the reversed meaning if you want to read reverses, which I'm not learning the reverses yet, really. And then the Secrets of the Waite-Smith. Hopefully we're back again. I hate the internet. Damn you, internet. So The Secrets of the Waite-Smith Tarot is a great book. Yay! Oh, good. It's a great book because it has all kinds of stuff. It talks about Pamela, where she was living, the inspirations that she got for certain cards. You can. It has pictures of paintings that she'd done before, or pictures in museums that she admired, that she pulled stuff from, different plays that she had gone to see. So I really love this book. It's kind of like a backseat story. You get all these backstories on the cards of where they came from. It's like having, I'm a person that watches the makings of, when you get a DVD copy of a movie. I always watch the makings of, and my husband hates it. He's like, oh my God, we saw the movie, who cares? But I want to know, like, what happened behind the scenes, and what gave them inspiration for this, and that's just me. So I love that book because of that, because that's kind of what it is. So if you're interested in the history of stuff, that's great. Great book. And that is, did I say who that was by? If not, that is by Marcus Katz and Tolly Goodwin. And it's called Secrets of the Waite-Smith Tarot. It's really great. Very interesting stuff in there. Okay, so we compared that. Oh, the other difference is, so the page, if we are turning over a page, the difference in that is that the seeker is passive. The seeker is listening to this news and has to internalize whatever news the page has for them. The Eight of Wands, if they're pulling the Eight of Wands, that's going to propel the seeker forward. That means that seeker has to take this information and run with it and do something with it. It's action motion card. That's the difference between all the pages and the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands could be meaning news is coming also, but that means an active push. That seeker is going to have to get up off their ass and do something with this news. Whereas if it's a page, they have to internalize it, understand it, and figure it out. So that's good. That's something that Benebell does very well, is compares the cards for you. So if there's two that are kind of similar, she's good at saying the same thing. And there was something in Michelle T's book, Modern Tarot, which, like I said, it's like talking to a girlfriend. I love this book. There was something that I wanted to read you from this. The Eight of Wands wants you to start your website, like right now. It might feel a little rash, but the thing is, it's an 8. Cards higher in the 1 through 10 cycle suggest that work and preparation has been happening. Even if they were happening in your subconscious mind, they were still going on. Your burst of inspiration isn't coming from nowhere, even if you feel like it is. It's just a plan that has gained enough underground momentum to burst into your brain with fevered now, right now. You are more prepared than you know. So buy that domain name. Take a trip, preferably out of the country, and with as little planning and baggage as possible. Do that thing. You know, that thing you always say you're going to do, but you just haven't gotten around to because you're lazy, you're scared, or your parents poo-pooed it, or your friends sort of laughed at it. The big thing, the crazy thing. That's the thing you want to do right now. So, again, I love Michelle T because it's like she's sitting in front of you saying this. I picture her all the time sitting in front of me being like, come on, this is what it means, do it. Which is really good. It's great. So any questions up until this point? I figured I pulled some Eight of Wands cards that I really like, that I think show the action, the movement of the Eight of Wands very well. I'm going to put these under here so I can see what I'm doing. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Okay, so the first one is the Golden Tarot, which I think I've been pulling from quite a lot, but it's very Rider-Waite. So it just kind of, to me, the Golden Tarot, it took the Rider-Waite and it just made them a little more Renaissance-y, a little more colorful. So this is the deck that I'm talking about. This is the one by Cat Black. And it's available all over. I think I found that one at like a Barnes & Noble or something. But so it's very Rider-Waite. Look, there's even the bird. So remember we were talking about the carrier pigeon on the other end. There's a message wrapped around one of them. So it's very Rider-Waite, but it just updates it a little, which is great. So that's a great deck to learn from. I have been doing a lot of the Spellcasters Tarot, and that is the Spellcasters Tarot Eight of Wands. Again, very similar. Those wands bursting forth onto this card, and there's even a bird here with some kind of flag on it carrying the message. So, good news and movement. So that was a great version of the card. One of my favorites is the Tarot of the Old Path. This is one of my favorite cards. This is one of the reasons I bought the Tarot of the Old Path, is for the Eight of Wands card. Look at that. They're brooms. And for witches, those of us who are witches, talk about movement. Look at, there's all these brooms flying to you to say, come on, hop on, let's go. We got shit to do. There's news here, and it's time to take that news and take off with it. So if that doesn't tell you what the Eight of Wands does, which they call the Wands rods, but then nothing will, right? If you think of yourself as a witch, even if you don't, when you're reading this tarot card, you can go, ooh, look, there's the witch. And it's saying, come on, girl, you got 8 to choose from, but you better hop on, because now's the time for us to go. Another one that I like, shows movement very well, is the Zombie Tarot, which is hilarious. Oh my gosh, I pull this deck out a lot when I just need a light reading. I don't know if it's, I've never tried to do it for a very serious heavy reading, but I like to pull it out a lot for a light reading because it makes me laugh. So here we're roller skating, and the zombie chick has a leg bone there. And there's zombies on roller skates behind her. And so talk about movement. It's like, woo, you better hurry up, girl, or you can be turning into a zombie. This little girl here had better move her ass. That's movement if I ever saw some. And the last one is the Everyday Witch Tarot, which I can't get enough of. I mean, for me, this is a great deck. It's very based on Rider-Waite, but brings it into our world. For me, I love this deck. So this is whipping up a tornado, and all these wands are in the tornado, whipping around. Woo! So that's movement in itself. All these wands are whipping around. The energy that has built up in that tornado is coming at us, and we better prepare for it and know how to prioritize when these wands decide it's time to come out. So love this one too. So there's our Eight of Wands. We are coming up next week. We'll be doing the 9, which is you know, a good card that I have a pretty decent understanding of already. So hopefully that'll be an easy one too. There's a lot of good, you know, cards saying this is what the 9 means. And then the 10, and then we'll be into the court cards. So I am, in the meantime, kind of studying the court cards anyways. And if anyone feels like they have a really good grasp on the court cards, and would like to, you know, volunteer to be on with me, let me know. I have a couple ideas, a couple people in mind to ask, to maybe come on and help us with that too. But if you feel like you got it down, let us know. We'd love to share with your experience. That's part of what this community is all about, is sharing with each other. And that's why I love doing this, is because it's a big share. I want to, you know, give you all the knowledge I have, and I want everyone else to give me all the knowledge they have, so that we all have that knowledge. I love it. That's the benefit of technology today, is that we can connect to people that we might not have been able to connect with ever. And what a great way to share knowledge. So let me know, you know, if you feel like you could help out with that at all. Otherwise, I will keep studying, and I have a couple ideas. Have you watched Jeff's channel? No. Jeff. Oh, you mean, is that the one Simon interviewed this morning? I have not had a chance to watch it because I decided to play my video games this morning, and I didn't watch Simon's thing. I missed it completely. I feel bad, but I will watch it if that's the one you're talking about. If not, let me know which Jeff you're talking about. I don't think I have, so I'll have to look. If he is someone that we could tap into maybe as a resource, that'd be great. He did a whole run through of the cards. Now I'll have to go take a look. So that's a great idea, Bella. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll go look at it in the meantime, because that sounds great. Whew, is it hot in here? So I hope everyone's weekend continues to be great. I have a couple videos I have to upload tomorrow. Go see. It's quick, 6 to 10 minutes. Awesome. I will do that. I have, what do I have? Oh, I have video response to BCC, to Brian Cormack Carr. And I have I have a couple decks that I've gotten that I haven't been able to show, and I've gotten a couple books that I haven't been. It's just been, because work was crazy on each card. Awesome. I will go take a look at Jeff Burr, I think his name is, videos. So I hope everyone's weekend continues to be awesome. I hope, what decks? I got, actually, I have them here. I got a Rider-Waite deck that, I'll do a video on it tomorrow, I promise, but it is supposedly based on the earliest version of the Rider-Waite that you could do before it was copyrighted by U.S. Games and everything. And I don't know. They could be full of shit. I'm not sure. I got it on eBay, though, and it's very interesting. So I'll try to do an unboxing of that one. And, Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. I got that one, and for a very specific few cards, and I find that I really think I like that for some other things. So I'll do an unboxing of that one. I think there's one more I must be missing. So I'll try to do some unboxings tomorrow, and a couple other the videos that I've had. Hopefully, now that work has settled down a little bit, this week is a normal week. So hopefully I can get to some more videos this week. So I hope everyone's weekend is awesome. Blessings. Love you guys. Thanks for joining me. Hope you're getting as much out of this as I am. If you have any questions, please go ahead and ask. If you think you can help us with some of these, let me know. I certainly don't know everything. That's why I'm doing this. So I would be happy to take all the information anybody has. So blessings. Love you guys.